Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my endless space multiple personalities madness playthrough. Things are going to be alright. At the very least, that's what I'm telling myself every day I go to sleep, but you cannot quite see it since I'll upload this video in 30 frames per second anyway. But yeah, it's my new rig already, so woohoo, I'm now playing this at 260 frames per second. Which, of course, I'm not, since that's not what my monitor really supports, but I'll take what I can get, I guess. The game does feel a lot smoother, which didn't really matter. Endless Space is not the most requiring game when it comes to, you know, your graphics card and CPU, but still it feels nice. But let's go into my today's personality, and it's this one, a pretty cool one if I may say so myself. Suggestion made by Elliot, and basically it boils down to a single thing, and that being a party ship. I'm all for a party ship, so let's have one more. Now, technically speaking, I did ask you not to make a request involving more fleet optimization and whatnot, but it's just a single ship. I'll only make one of those, and it's a cute little idea. So, it will be a party ship with no defenses and no weapons. It will have a special module of... where is it? Support module, a civilian support module. That has to be a thing. I might actually give it a few more, just to make it a wilder party. I think that would fit the theme. And I will give it extra armor because, you know, you gotta make sure that you... I mean, with so many people on board, you do want to have some extra armor so they don't fall off, right? That's gonna be my explanation for this. Also, which type of ship class am I going to use for this one? Good question, I'm not too sure. Maybe this one because it looks cool. Nah, this is more of a party looking, or is it? Well, if we imagine that those are ginormous speakers... Yeah, let's just imagine that those things on the sides are ginormous speakers, so every time the ship enters atmosphere, it just rocks the atmosphere off, the music is so loud. That's what I'm gonna imagine. So, okay, those are giant speakers, so I'll give it some armor to protect those precious speakers. They are expensive after all. And, oh, it needs a fine engine. That was a request, so let's give it an engine. I do want to make the ship a little bit more protected, since what I'll do is I'll keep flying around the universe with this ship, and I'll need to protect it in some way. Now, of course, it will be shot at, there's no doubt about that, but I do want it to try and maybe stay alive for a little bit longer. Let's give it an extra tonnage. I could give it a repair module. I probably will do that, because it's gonna need it. It will never land, so it's gonna need a repair module. So maybe I'll get rid of one civilian module and give it a repair module to make it, you know, stay in the air for a little bit longer. I will give it a tonnage module, why not? And I will give it a power module as well. High energy couplings. Why? You know, that bass, it needs a lot of power. That's why. That's the only explanation I need. Scout, well, we need to scout out more people for the party, so let's add that as well. This ship makes no sense whatsoever, and I love it. So, 2400 health, that's fairly okay, except this ship has no defenses, so in a battle it's desperately dead. But it's not a battleship, it's a civilian ship of sorts that I have command of for some reason. Maybe it's my private ship. So now let's name it to... Soul 2.0. Why Soul? Oh, I cannot put in 2.0. Okay, let's make it Soul 2. No, it will have more numbers in front of it. Anyway, let's make it... just Soul is good enough. Yeah, Soul is good enough. That's not how you write Soul. That's how you write Soul. Now, why did I name this ship Soul? It's very simple. Out of all the places I've been to personally, you don't party like you party in Seoul anywhere. Seriously, Seoul is the best place on Earth, I'm pretty sure by now, for nightlife and parties. Of course, I could be wrong, I haven't been everywhere, but from my current experience, yeah, it is. Let me sip a bit of tea. Sorry. I really needed to. I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to at the introduction of the video drink anything, because it takes time, but I had to. Anyway, and if I need to do this then, well, I'll continue with the personality I was set to in the last video as well as making this current civilian ship. So first things first, Let's actually make it. I'll make it in Merrick since it's the most productive system. It will lower its production values though, which I'm not too keen on because it will take away my precious population, but it's just one, and this hero is pretty specialized in giving me more population, so I'm fine with that. So, let's go ahead and create Soul, and we will fly around with that, and then make more power blockers. This will probably be all that I'll make. Soon enough, I'll be actually capable of making the other ships that I was forced to design. Meanwhile, there's still no reason for me to storm Gano. It's not a system I want anyway. I do want to send in reinforcements to Giza to make it be captured faster. And now that I think about it, let's cancel this rally point, because what I do want is for those siege ships to actually be in Mary, because I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion that it might be faster to travel between Mary and Giza directly than going all the way around, because what other way can my ships take? They can go through wormholes, but that's death. They can go through here, and it's a really long way around. I think it would be faster to go from Mary directly to Giza, and that's what I'll do. So let's start going backwards. Sorry guys, your party is cancelled. Oh well. And anything else I need to do? I do need to take care of my dust, but that's not something I'm capable of doing just yet, especially since I'll put so much dust into my party ship. So there's that. Now, since I have no other orders this turn, aside from making and securing my party ship, I think... Do I have any crystals in my empire? I doubt I do, I would have noticed. No, I do not. So in this case, the next research I want... Having more movement is useful, but it doesn't increase my, between systems movement. This does, but it's a very costly research. I'm not too keen on researching that. I could go ahead and grab Adaptive Society. It's a very powerful upgrade, would allow me to get a little bit better in terms of science. Low temp hydration is just better though, and I do have fairly big planets. So let's go ahead and grab low temp hydration and follow it up with Adaptive Society. I'm quite keen on this particular build order. Maybe going for Adaptive Society first is a bad idea, but I do need to have some extra production. Right now, considering the size of my empire, I'm doing really, really well. Because I'm still not the worst in score, even though I only have 4 systems. Those are good systems, except for Madness, mind you, but still I'm doing better than I'm really supposed to, especially with all the role-playing going on. So I really have no reasons to complain per se. However... Of course, I will need to increase my advantages, because right now they are pretty poor. I can challenge the KSPA, but when it comes to challenging other players, I may be having a problem. Alrighty then, Elliot. It has finished... What is Elliot? Alright, it's my newly renamed system, that's right. So Elliot has done doing some things. Is it capable of actually being my production system? I mean, secondary production system, of course. Well, it is more productive than Dual Mind, but that's because I have my hero over there. If I were to switch my hero from over there to Dual Mind, how would that change it? Hero gives it 28, 38. Anything else I missed? Oh yeah, 80. Yeah, 80 industry in total. So he would be way more useful if he gave his industry to Dual Mind. So I'm gonna repurpose Dual Mind to be my production facility again, I think, which wouldn't be the worst decision ever. As for Elliot, this system doesn't need anything more. It's gonna be my dust hub for the time being, I guess. Also, can I actually reposition my hero yet? No, I need to 4 more turns! Really? Oh, well done. In this case, this will be my production system for the time being. Let's make some more power blockers in here. Very inefficient use of industry, but hey, that's all I can do for the time being. Finish the movement of my ships, you dear invasion ships. It's nice to see that you're so keen on invading. Hold on. I cannot... Oh, there we go. I was pressing the wrong button. My apologies. I'm glad to see that you're so keen on invading, but you're really not ready for this. I'm afraid you need more pals. Actually, do you? No, they don't. I've got the system secured anyway, so all I really need to do is just plot an intergalactic course to over there. Now, it would take them some time. Ooh, that's 1 turn, but they already started moving, so that's why it's taking... Also, come on, keep moving. There we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns before they get there. Yeah, I think it's either around the same time as if I were going this way, or maybe even less. I'm quite happy with my decision. So has launched. Let's rename this fleet to... game. I want to rename this fleet, thank you very much. Let's rename this fleet to... Party... No. Super caps lock. Party flee. Ah, okay, that's party then. I do not have enough space for T. Alright, party is now launched, so let's go ahead and start moving somewhere. Where is the best party? Well, Giza looks like a fun place, so let's just start going over there. No, 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 no. Secure the party! Secure the party! For crying out loud. No! That was not supposed to happen! I didn't want it to! It went on its own! You cannot stop it, the party must go on! Dude! What are you doing? Run! This is not the party you want to be at! Alright, the enemy does have killings and beefs. I don't think it will survive. Let's try it, maybe. Nope! Party's over, guys! Okay, let's just forget it happened, alright? There was no soul ship ever created. This population is there, you just don't see it yet. But trust me, it's there if you look close enough. Let's take a population of Terran to increase our production, thank you. No, seriously, nothing happened. Like, let's strike all the records of the previous soul ship from the administrative records. Have some propaganda that the ship never launched. Everybody was high during the launch anyway, so they didn't even realize there was actually some ship launch going on. Note to self, be very careful when sending ships from Mary to Giza, because apparently AI itself is too dumb to go through a safe area. It certainly is. Also, can you move all your movement? Thank you, that would be very nice. Alrighty then. So is back on the board. I mean, So has launched for the first time in ever, and now it's going to start flying. It does have upgraded engines, so it's gonna probably make it faster than other ships, which is nice. It will have a nice spectacle view, and what is this? It's an assault fleet, a very weak one at that. Alrighty then, let's have a go at killing it. Oh, it's the people I have never met before. Huh, alrighty then. First of all, formation I actually do want to go for. Oh yeah, default formation is good, so I'm happy with that. Targeting spread fire? Yeah, there's no way. I do have missiles, right? Yeah, even though they have flak, they stand no chance. I'm pretty unconcerned. Started with short circuit, and if they do make it that far, then I will need a better strategy and then another repair systems. But I think I can auto-battle this for the most part. There's no way the enemy will survive. So let's do just that. And the enemy is dead in the first stage of the game. Battle, rather. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's do that, and the 10 so far so good. We're progressing along nicely. Research is almost done, and I can almost start assembling my unique type of fleet, which I'm really quite happy about. Now, unfortunately, I cannot create a waypoint to Giza because those ships would do some really weird stuff by flying into the wrong territory, which of course I would not be too keen on. The party ship is pulling ahead. It's the fastest ship I've got right now. Well, it's not really, but let's pretend it is. You could have more propaganda stuff or more wit. Let's have a quick look at how happy Mary is anyway. It's pretty happy. It could be happier. Let's have a quick look. Could it? Oh, yes, it could. It certainly could. So let's have a quick think. If I give this guy a Minister of Propaganda 2, now Mary obviously is gonna be ecstatic to a full level. So if I increase the... Yeah, if I increase the taxes, then I stay at 7 in fact. I lose a little bit of size, but not a very big amount. I gain only 3 dust though, so it's really not worth it, all things considered. Because other systems will be less useful to me as well. Nah, it's not worth it. I mean, I gain 3 dust. In fact, I might... No. Let's not go any further, because now I'm losing a lot more dust. Yeah, okay. This is good enough. I'm spending extra 3 dust to keep everybody at ecstatic level. This is pretty insane amount. People absolutely love me for some reason. Maybe that's because they love parties. That's a good enough explanation for me. You stay here and defend. Gano is clear of any enemy ships. I could in fact intrude. I choose not to, because what's the point? I could not follow it up with any invasion ships of any description. Also, Mary didn't actually have any instructions as to what to do after it's done with the pirate blocker now. One more turn before non-baronic shielding is done. So let's give it a few more pirate blockers. One more just in case I have some leftover production. Elliot in the meantime... Oh wow, it actually made a bunch of ships already. That's very nice. I still have some more turns on this here, I believe. So keep on making ships. Again, same like last time. Have some extra spare ships. Invasion ships move into Giza. Like so. Make sure that all my ships are moving as well. That's only a single power blocker, which is a bit annoying, but it is acceptable. Keep on moving along, as I tend to say. That's a lot of invasion ships I'm sending to Giza, but I need to capture it rather quickly because it's taking forever. Also, CF4, oh wow! Overfield cooperation is gonna be a problem, I feel, in the future. Thankfully, we are not in the future yet, we still live in the present as of right now. Slow self-destruct? What? Ah! Okay, so that's pretty nice. So I can either gain extra dust, I can get extra experience on the weakest hero, or less experience on strongest hero. How are our heroes right now? They're all pretty much equal to one another. So I can either give extra experience to this hero, which I don't care about, or this hero, which also I don't really care about. So I'm tempted to give myself extra dust, actually, because this extra experience really not worth it, since both heroes are governors that are pretty much maxed out on everything. Unless, I mean, if I were able to hire a hero right now, then I'll change my mind, but seriously, is there any ability or skill that I would want to have on this hero? Oh, actually, he has an ability point left. I could give him Value Creator, or I could give him more wit. No, I cannot give him any more wit now. So, yeah. Nope, nope, nothing interesting there. I guess Value Creator it is. Yeah, there's really no point in making this guy level up. I'm running out of ideas on what to give him. I'll give him Veterans, so a bit more of everything, I guess. Or actually, this guy would get Veteran stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's probably more useful than actually having extra 1500 dust. That said, I am actually hemorrhaging dust as of right now. As in, really I am, and this would slow it down. Usually I would go for helpful. Right now, however, because both of my heroes have what they need, and I'm running low on dust, and I do not want to increase taxes just yet, I'm gonna go for extra dust, just so that I can keep my taxes as they are for the time being. Because my dust expenditure will keep growing, since I will not stop making ships. I need those ships to defeat the UKSPA in a relatively timely manner. I am on the clock, the enemy AI is strong, and they will go for a victory tab of one or the other description sooner or later, so I need to hurry the F up. Non-baronic shielding is done, so now I can actually retrofit all the ships I had to. So Mary, this is the last batch of ships you're gonna send over, which is nice. Go ahead and start moving along. Same goes to all those ships, in fact. And you don't need to work on Power Blocker anymore. You start working on psychological insulation. Yeah, you want that, don't you? But let us unassign this hero. We don't need you here anymore. And let's reassign him to Dual Mind, where he will be much more useful. Now, Dual Mind is, in fact, a production powerhouse, which I'm rather keen on. So let's make this system, again, a system where I can make stuff. Although it is costing me a lot of dust, of course, but this change has to be done. I think there is no disagreement about that. Same goes for this system. Extra population on those planets will be immensely useful. I don't think I need epigenetic crop seeding, since this hero is indeed specialized in giving me extra food. And those plants are very fertile as well. On their own, even without any exploitation specialization, they give me a ton of food. So seriously, this is good enough. And then I'll start making some proper ships. Now, of course, the amount of dust I'm spending on those ships is ridiculous. I might have to sack some of my units in a pointless attack against the voters. I'll probably need to do that sooner or later because it's ridiculous. Also, party ship is here. So we party for a while, now time to go somewhere else. Let's go to Elliot. Let's visit Elliot, why not? It's probably a fun place to party, I would imagine so. Giza still taking forever to capture, that is a problem. And the enemy fleet is not that scary. Let's go ahead and fight it. It will give me a little bit of extra science and maybe thin out my fleet a little bit, which is something I actually want to do. So you go ahead and blockade the system for no reason, and declare a battle. And this should be relatively easy. I can do it with spread fire and default formation. Short circuit and non-repair system twice, but I do think the enemy will be dead in a single turn. I sure hope so, at least. Yep, the enemy is dead indeed. I have taken some damage, but I'm still completely fine. Let's go ahead and keep fighting the enemy, I think. Although I want my main hero to do this ideally, actually. So what I'll do is, on the next turn, I'll blockade Gienah, and then I'll move in my hero to actors to engage and leave the invasion ship behind. He doesn't need my protection right now, let's be honest about that. So there is that. Those guys will stay in here just in case. I want to be careful. And this guy, well, I'm just gonna scrap him in all honesty. I don't need him anymore. So there is that. Those guardians in there are important. There are also enemy ships nearby. Those are just colonization ships. Pulse Yafu, they really got effed over quite badly. Uyad, oh wow, yeah, they did. Poor guys. They have no chance against Orpheo Corporation. Which is quite strong, in fact, I should be afraid of them. In fact, we haven't had a look at our stats in a while, so let's keep looking. Fitzy, I'm third, which is quite impressive considering the size of my empire. Science, I am 5th. I did spend a lot of time buying expensive science. Wait. Science, I'm 2nd actually, that was the wrong tab. So, 2nd is really good, especially on Endless AI. Of course, I'm playing as Radiant, so I do have a lot of head start when it comes to science, and I have really good science creation. But if I grab Adaptive Society and whatnot, I think I'm secure from the AI achieving scientific victory before I could get it. Which is important, because that's... I don't want this to happen. So that's very important. I'm 2nd. This may not be 1st, but it's good enough for me. I feel confident in that aspect. 5th military power, 4th number of ships. Now, I want to have less ships, because I'm spending too much on each individual ship, but I do need to have way more military power. For now, it is good enough against UK SPA, but bigger targets like Pilgrims, for example, or maybe Orpheo Corporation, they will need some extra work. So there's it. Diplomatic victory, nowhere to be seen, but that is, of course, to be expected. So, let's have a quick look at those ships. First of all, Taioka. I forgot what the ship was supposed to be, so let's have a quick look. This was the Jack of all trades ship, right? Right. So, I am gonna give it some extra armor, because it needs it, and that's all I was able to give to it. Unfortunately, I would love to give it some point defense module, but I just have no more space for it, and it really does need to have armor. Without it, it's quite a pointless and worthless ship. So, let's do that. You've got your armor, I cannot install anything else on it. Oh, wait. I can upgrade the beams, and I can upgrade the shields, which is kind of important. So now it has more of both, but less in comparison to other things. So what I could do is lower or increase the amount of kinetics. It was supposed to have the same amount of everything, wasn't it? Well, but it's kind of hard to do right now. So I'll give it more kinetics, I guess, for the time being. I know it's not exactly what it was supposed to be, but it's still a jack of all trades, let's face it. Ruffian is next. That was our missile ship, was it not? Yes, indeed it was. So let's upgrade its shielding. And that's about it. It was supposed to be... Was it supposed to be a bombing type of ship as well? I think it was just supposed to be a missile type of ship that I was interested in giving some bombing procedures as well. I'll think about it though. Hanako, let's have a quick look at that as well. That was a... What the F is that? Oh, that's beams to the max. With some siege as well. Right, it was supposed to have been so powerful that they can actually fire on the ground. Well, let's upgrade its armor. That's something I certainly want to do. And aside from armor upgrade, anything else I want to give it? Well, point defense would be actually pretty swell, I have to say. Troops are tempting, but no, I'll give it extra point defense. Maybe just 1 point defense, and then I'll give it more deflection. And more deflection could be useful. Flak I don't really need. Shielding needs to be upgraded though, it certainly does, and beams also need to be upgraded. So now I need to actually save up some extra tonnage. Maybe take it away from siege, but I do want to keep it there in all honesty. Humdy. The tonnage is always the problem. You know what, I'll take away the point defense, John. I'll use other ships as carriers to protect the rest of my fleet. This is not the smartest idea, but because I am role-playing, I'm gonna go for it. So now that it has a bit more shielding, it's very important. It will not instantly die to the enemy, at the very least. It's still fairly pathetic shielding, all things considered, but it might be able to stand its ground a little bit. So there we go. Admiral Dama, now this is the command and control ship I had, right. So I can give it better repair, which... Does it give it the fleet repair? Yes, it does give me fleet repair, so that's very important. That's what I really wanted. Better armor, obviously, that's also very important. Power I still do not have upgraded. It will take me way too long to actually upgrade it, per se. Still only one fighter. I do need to change that. Improve the shielding. That's something I want. Was it this ship supposed to have flag? I think I just gave it flag because I felt like giving it flag. So let's do that. I do need to have more fighters. It's fairly important. Let's lower the shielding as well. Yeah, because it has too much shielding because it was the previous version of generation of shielding. So 2 shooting, and now I can afford an extra fighter. This is a battle fighter. Now, Admiral Adama does not have a lot of defenses, I admit. But he is a CIC, so... It's not CIC, CCC, C3, I don't remember. Anyway, it is command and control and communications ship, so it is okay if it has this. Now, I do need some kind of SpongeBob to secure the rest of my fleet. There was one ship that I didn't fully upgrade yet, though. That's not this one. Yeah, this card. Tayoka is the Jack of all trades, Hanako is the beams one, and Rivian is the missile one. So, missile ship is, first of all, gonna have better ammo. That's the thing I forgot to give it. And with the remaining stuff I've got on it, I could, in theory, give it some troopers, just to make it more interesting. But if it is gonna spam missiles, I guess I could commit to it. Maybe. Maybe. I'm really tempted to just have a ship that actually is a little bit more defensible. Though, so I'll give it extra deflection. It's not a lot of deflection anyway. It's gonna die very quickly without production regardless. So let's do that. And now, crossbreed, I'm actually going to modify. So that it has way more defenses. And so that it has actually no weapons of any description. Let's upgrade that as well. I'll give it a bit of ammo. Doesn't need any engine. Sorry, I know it was supposed to be a different type of ship, but I need a SpongeBob right now, and this is gonna be my SpongeBob. Will it have some fighters? They are very expensive tonnage-wise, though. And this is the ship that is supposed to not have fighters, but just tank damage. So it will need repair, most likely. I know I have fleet repair on the other ship, but this repair is simply working better than the previous repair. I mean, this is extra... let's have a quick look. 15 fleet HP. I'm not sure if they stack, that is the problem. Pretty sure they do. What is the increased cost? It is quite a lot of cost in terms of industry. Maybe I'll just get rid of the repair for the time being because Admiral Adams will take care of that. No. Yes, no. Yes, I'll give it more armor instead. In fact, quite a bit more armor. So that's 3 ammo modules. It almost have 5,000 defense, which is a pretty substantial amount. Doesn't really need the flag because the enemy I'm fighting right now doesn't have it. So shield kinetics I'm a bit more afraid of, I think. But I'll give it a bit of deflection on both sides. I would love to give it point defense. Maybe I can strip down 10 tonnage from somewhere. No, I'm actually over the tonnage limit somehow anyway, so I'm not gonna play around with it. Crossbreed 2 is gonna be good enough. So, it's time to start creating those ships. So after I'm done with psychology insulation, I'm going to start. Now, first of all, let's create a fleet that is actually going to be capable of doing something half decent. So, Mary, I'll not create any rally points. So I'll start with how many ships can I have in a single fleet right now? 15 command points. So those are big ships, so that's treat this as 14 command points max, which means 7 ships. That's still quite a lot, and I'm kind of happy. Wait! I'm getting a destroyer now! That's the whole point behind everything! Oh. Right, I have destroyers now. Was I supposed to make one of my ships a destroyer? It's possible, although they do save their factions quite right now, I would have to say. Yeah, they do what they're supposed to. They don't have a lot of defenses, but they're not supposed to have a lot of defenses. Although maybe Teokaka, I might change Teokaka to a Dreadnought. Because it is a jack of all trades, and there is nothing better being as a jack of all trades than a Dreadnought. So that's what I'll do. So this will go away. Teokaka it's called, alrighty then. And I'll add a Dreadnought, and it's gonna be called Teokaka. And I cannot use it because it has been used before, even though I scrapped the ship. And I cannot reinstate the old one. That's a problem. I'm really sorry, it's a game limitation. It's too bad now though. So Teokaka X. That's gonna be the name of the ship, because it's a new generation, so it's more awesome in every aspect. So, it's gonna have a ton of armor, that's for sure, and it's gonna have a bit of everything as well. So, start with 4 everything, we'll see if I can keep that. Looks like I can, it still has some tonnage left, which is nice. I intended to give it fighters, I could give it a single battle fighter, or even 2, which is not too bad, and it will make it more jacky as well, which I'm also quite keen on. And nothing more is really needed, although it's such a big ship with so little defenses. Yes, it does have a ton of HP, but if I take away the fighters and instead give it a bit more everything, so let's think. More of that, more of that, more of that, more of that. And missiles and flanks will remain at a lower position, I guess. Yeah, now I'll give it some extra B-mage action, I guess. Or maybe I need to make it more defensible against deflection. No, I do need to give it extra flak. It is a big ship, and I might run across some other enemies in the future. Although if I take away the flak, which I don't need right now anyway, like I said, I could install a single point defense, just in case the carrier ships are down and I have no more fleet coverage. This will be capable of defending against fighters, which makes it more jacky again, which is what I was supposed to do. Now, of course, this is a very inefficient ship. You're not supposed to do this kind of jack of all trades. And actually, melee and medium range. Apply, apply, and now have more tonnage. Right, that was what I was supposed to do. So now I might be able to fit in more stuff, which I would be quite happy about. Indeed, more flak and more missile. Let's give it some extra deflection, and that's about it apparently. Yeah, I cannot fit in anything else, as it turns out. But it's pretty good. Deflection is important because while it may seem like kinetic weapons are good against small ships, no. The best weapon against small ships are beams. Kinetics are, I would say they are the most jack of all trades out of all the weapons. Yes, beams may seem like it is, because they're most efficient at medium range, and they are fairly efficient at both long-range melee range as well. But the thing about it is that their accuracy and everything makes them... Wait a second. They have less accuracy? Oh boy, was there a patch change a very long time ago that I completely forgot about? Last time I played, beams were super effective because they were more likely to hit small ships, while kinetics were somewhere between beams and missiles. I guess I was spouting nonsense then, ignore me, I'm very sorry. Anyway, Taokaka X is done. I've got a Leviathan type of ship, very nice. So, let's start by making, first of all, Admiral Dana. I will need that, it's my command and control ship. We'll make... Let's have a quick think. This ship is a really big one, but I do want to have it, I guess. It will lower my sense for the time being. You know what? Taokaka X, I can start making those later, but it's a big ship, I want to launch it for funsiness. Alright, let's have one of them. So there is that. So Admiral Dama and Taokaka X, so that's gonna be, what? 6 command points. So for the first fleet, so then I'm gonna have 8, 10, 12. I need at least 3 in case the enemy goes for guillotine tactics. Ideally, I would want to have a bit more, but then I wouldn't have a lot of space for other ships. In fact, I already have like no space for other ships. So that's 12 command points. So then I add in, let's think, beams are nice and missiles are overkilly type of business. And the beams also give me a bit of extra invasion. I think I'll open it up with beams probably. Yeah, okay, so I'll add in Hanakos, that's 14. So I'm already at the limit, but I'll add the extra ship to go into 16 command points, and I'll try to increase my command points soon, if I can. Oh boy, I already have contact communications. This might be a problem then. I don't remember where I can find the next increasement of command points. It was... Where was it exactly? That is more... not ships, heroes, that is... That's conversion into science, not really what I want. That is what I was looking for, extra command points. 13 tens, and I have to get something else before I get that. It's a problem. So what I guess I'll do is resign from Taokaka X, and this will allow me to put in 1 extra Hanako. This fleet is bound to be destroyed fairly easily, it's a really bad combination, but hey, role-playing is the most important thing. So let's go ahead and do that. How long have I been recording for? 35 minutes already? Wow. It did not feel like it at all. I'm having fun. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm sorry. It's a good thing, but still. Anyway, you dear sir, you need to have a bit of veterancy. What is this? It's just a scout ship. Nothing interesting to be seen here. So let's just go ahead and destroy it. I mean, just to make sure I take no damage at all. Let's auto battle like so. Probe instantly destroyed. I even countered it and gained a level up. So you need to have an illusion battle card. It's an important one. Done. And with your fleet, move over to Hamau, or of course maintaining your siege on Giza. That is important. Now Igano, I'm actually blockading this fleet, and there is an expansion ship in there as well for some reason. Poor guy, he's about to die. So again, short circuit into double repair system, nothing else needs to be done over there. Bam bam, the enemy is dead. Now let's move to Gienah and make sure the enemy cannot escape actors in other way except from through madness. Which they will be pretty mad if they try to do something of the sort. Do I want to invade the star system? I mean, I might as well actually. It is slowing down its growth, and I do want it to grow actually. So for the time being, let's not invade anything. Because I want to have those systems eventually, so yeah. On the Gierak, I might actually decide to deconstruct. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare in terms of happiness. So let's start the siege so that the enemy has no, gains from it whatsoever, and I'll just deconstruct the system when I can. Do I have the technology to raise the system? Not yet. I'll need dust-to-dust and plasma caters. So let's finish this up. It's relatively cheap tech. I can grab those both fairly quickly and then resume with my tech-oriented research. Yeah, I'll still have plenty of time to do everything I want. So Admiral Adama is done, but of course I need more stuff. Elliot has more power blockers. That's not exactly what I needed it to have, but it's fine. That's extra invasion. And now Elliot is going to work on dust, I believe, because it doesn't need to work on ships, really. I'm losing a ridiculous amount of dust. That is a problem, and I cannot really change that in an efficient way. I mean, I can, but I'll lower the production on other systems quite a lot. I will lose barely any less dust as well, so that's pretty bad. Okay, resign from low impact labs. I do like them and I need them, but right now dust is extremely important. Now I'm hemorrhaging a little bit less of it. I will need to work on dust on Elliot, of course, and Duomine maybe as well. I'm not too keen on that because I really wanted to have two production systems. But having Mary as my production system is certainly #1 priority. Alright, let's change the population around over here to make sure that I'm maxing out on production as much as possible. And then I want to max out on food as much as possible as well. And now, actually, that poor soil is affecting me quite a bit, but... And mineral rich... Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. I mean, I did, but I was apparently blind. So let's focus on the Terran right there, and then I'll try to repopulate the ocean planet. That should be good. So let's end the 10 right there. So things are going alright. Let me take a sip of my tea. And now Gizar is actually being taken over in a decently fast pace. Which I'm... Wait a second, that's 16! I can have a maximum of 16 ships in a single fleet. Oh wow, I was dumb. I thought it's 15 for some reason. And I am wearing glasses. Yes, I do have to wear glasses. I know it's sad. I usually wear contact lenses anyway because glasses are horrible, but when you just stay at home and record videos, glasses are better. So there's that. Anything else? Let's have a quick look. I do have... Oh, my party ship! Where should I go for next? Party with the pirates! How about now? They'll just murder my party ship. I do need to go somewhere for a party. Do I have peace with anybody? Yes, pilgrims and... What are those? Planarians. Alright, I'm apparently at peace with Planarians. I don't even know where they are. Hey, Ophio, you wanna be at peace? No, that's... Alright then. I need to smuggle my party ship to pilgrims though to have a party with them. Let's see what I can do about it, alright? So let's go ahead and do that. I do like it. No! You are not supposed to leave your posts. You're not part of the party ship, you're military. This is a civilian ship. Jeez, it's like you don't know. Anyway, end the 10 and I'll actually end the videocast here because it certainly is long enough. Giza captured fairly quickly. Now, I do have one request. In your... No. In your next personality that you set for me, Please do not make me sign a peace treaty with UKSP. Let me finish them off! Please! No matter what you do, don't make me go at peace with UKSP. Everybody else fine, but please, just let me kill them. It's so important to me. I'll be so happy. Anyway, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. I might as well match those fleets and finish another 10 while on camera. It's not like I'm risking anything. And I might as well have one more fight. No reason to record it though, because it's... yeah, the enemy has no chance the way I see it, so let's go ahead and short circuit. And anyway, as I was saying, I am PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you online as soon as the stand is over. I'll keep talking and... okay, nothing happened. Bye!